right, let's start over because, it's been a hot minute since I did this. But guys, I decided instead of trying to shorten all of the information that I had from that huge follow up video, last week we talked about that recent study that's all about how dangerous our common household cleaners really are. And it kind of just blew my mind because I don't know about you, but I just kind of assumed that the government was watching out for us and had a plan in place to make sure that they weren't giving us things that could cause cancer, birth defects, reproductive issues, COPD, like all of these terrible things. So, in today's video, we are going to deep dive and I'm going to give you all the juicy details from what I have figured out are the safest cleaning products for you and your family because it gets confusing and it's a lot of information. So, we are going to take questions. I'm going to try and answer as much as we go along, and I'll definitely answer every question at the end. If you do have a question, if you'll just put a couple of question marks in the front, that way I can easily kind of see what's going on. I'm a solo person today, so no one's watching the chat but me. So if you see me looking around, it's because I'm trying to manage a lot of stuff. But anyways, let's dive in. First of all, what exactly are those cleaning products? Which products are safer for our family? And what is the difference between non-toxic, eco-friendly, and green? Well, I thought that I knew. How many of you guys, hands up, how many of you guys thought that you know what non-toxic is and what green is? Because you'll be surprised for sure. So, eco friendly is just simply a product that doesn't damage the environment, it has nothing to do with you or your family. Basically, it just means that the packaging, the manufacturing, and the actual product itself doesn't have those harsher chemicals that are going to cause problems to the environment. We're not going to pollute our water when we rinse it down the drains. We're not going to pollute the water in the manufacturing of it, putting it, terrible things in the air and things like that. So eco-friendly is all about the planet. It's all about being, earth conscious, if you will. So going green is just a way to refer to that just a little bit, because when you're going green, basically you are just trying to do everything that you can to avoid the pollutants. So again, more eco-friendly, but it doesn't have anything to do with you or me. So the misconception that a lot of us have is that when we go green, when we're eco-conscious, when we're eco-friendly, that we are doing something that's going to help us and our families. We're going to be all natural and it's not going to be harmful. But that is not true. In fact, as I was doing research, I came to find that a lot of the eco-friendly products are still considered extremely dangerous to you and your family. In fact, you have to be very careful in well ventilated areas, just like you do with those harsh chemicals. And it breaks my heart because you guys know how much I love my Zep floor cleaner. It is the rock that I build my foundation of cleaning. But after kind of doing some research and stuff, I'm reconsidering. I'm going to give some other things a try. Thankfully, it's not like up in my face. So I'm probably not as dangerous with that product. But like, think of, your glass cleaner. You're spraying that all over. And if you're like me, I spray it liberally because I want to wipe it once and be done. I don't want any streaks. I don't want to mess with it. So I am using an aerosol can. I am putting it all up in the environment in my house. I've got kids playing. I've got pets, and I'm right there breathing it in. And so if those things have the VOC compounds, we're breathing that right in, straight into our bodies. And that is where it is so dangerous. So what we've kind of discovered is that a lot of people think, oh, well, we're just going to mix up our own. We're going to be natural. We're going to mix up our own. And I think that's a great thing. But I want to give a word of caution because you can still have harsh, dangerous chemicals in natural products because the mixtures and things like that aren't guaranteed safe. Are you guys like me, just like floored by this? I truly thought that if I used, vinegar and baking powder and all these things and essential oils, that was the answer, that all I had to do is make my own stuff and I'd be totally fine. No, it's absolutely not true. There are some good at home things that you can mix up, but it does not mean that you have zero VOC compounds when you're using those things. You still need to be ventilated. You still need to avoid any kind of contact around babies and small children and things like that. You still have to be concerned. And I thought it was just safer. So as I'm going through, then there's some other keywords that I wanted to mention. So let me pop back over. All right. So then what is non-toxic? Well, non-toxic are the things that are not poisonous or dangerous. They're simply safer to eat, to breathe, to touch, to handle, things like that. And typically they don't damage the environment either. And so this is what we need to be focusing on. Going green is a great thing, and we can use that in 1,000 different ways. But when it comes to the chemicals and the cleaning products that you're using in your home, you really want to focus on non-toxic cleaning products, because those are going to be generally just safer to use and abuse, right? So that is where I'm going to be focusing most of my own personal efforts, is finding things that are a little bit safer in general. And the way that you're going to find that, I found this article from NBC News and it just blew my mind. So, this was recently updated in 2022. I'm imagining that this information is still true, but you may find that there's even more information on there. But basically, she's just saying eco-friendly and green, those are words that brands toss around to describe their cleaning products, and sprays and disinfectants. But in most of the time, if it's on the label, it really has no actual certification. It's there to sell a product. So, it's like the new and improved. When you see that on the label, you reach for that because you think it's going to be better. Or when it says eco friendly or green, that does not in any way guarantee that it is actually eco friendly or non toxic at all. It's just a marketing campaign. And I've got notes here. They call that greenwashing because it is just a marketing ploy. So, what you have to do is you have to be really careful as we're shopping. We've got to look for a couple of things. So, when you're shopping, you want to be looking for these keywords and be aware that these do not mean anything. Okay, plant-based, all natural, green, those are all just clickbait, if you will. They're trying to get you to make a purchase. They have no backing. And what's really truly scary is that brands are not required to write down all the ingredients on the bottle, on the label. They don't have to include anything that's a preservative necessarily. They don't have to include anything that they add to it to add a scent. They truly just can put anything in the world on there, and they don't have to list it. There's nothing. So, what is a person to do? So, let me just kind of look through your comments before you dive in. Yeah, Lori says they're sneaky. Absolutely. That this whole like 2 videos, I really honestly did not know if you guys would care at all, because it has a little to do with cleaning the house and fly lady, but not actually. But when I found that study, it hurt me. It hurt my heart because I've been using some of the same products for like 10 years. I've used it around my grandbabies. I've definitely used it around the dogs and the cats and, the older kids and myself as well. So, you have to be really careful. They're saying the same thing. You have to watch those labels when it comes to your food. Why is the government not taking care of us? If we could like pull our heads out of our tushes and quit trying to worry about building a wall and try to like make sure that we're being safe here in our own homes, I think that that's what we need to do. But we're not going to go into politics and religion. I'm going to try really hard to keep it just right here. But you know what I mean? Like, you know what they say about assuming. I just assumed that this was all going to be okay, and clearly it is not. So, what to look for? This is the true thing that we need to be looking for. So, on your products, there should be labels with a seal. These are certified seals that have been proven that they have done some research, they have looked at the ingredients, and they are required to include every single ingredient to the EPA on the Safer Choice is an EPA.gov program. So that is a government related program. They have to put every product on there and they have to list every single ingredient on that product in order to get this Safer Choice. Now, this one says fragrance free. They're not all fragrance free. You can get Safer Choice products that have a good scent. They're the website epa.gov Safer Choice. Let's see if I can pull that up because I do have that over here. Let me show you what I've been doing. In case y'all think that I don't spend a lot of time researching, let me just show you this. This, my friends, is my complete list of every product I did by what type of product it is, what the brand was, what the actual product was, what scent it was, and then whether or not Safer Choice seal was on it, whether the EWG score had it on there. And I was floored because you can see, let's see if I can highlight it. No, I can't. This one here, the Boulder, is a great product. It really is. But this scent, this particular Valencia orange scent, is not highly rated by EWG, even though it is considered Safer Choice. And the one above it, the lemon fresh scent, Safer Choice didn't directly review that on the website, but I'm assuming it's probably a Safer Choice. But it had a much better EWG score. What I've understood is the EWG score is a little bit more of like the testing for the compounds and if there's VOCs and things like that. Whereas the Safer Choice is researching every ingredient to make sure that it's safe. But yeah, there are some that are not tested by both. In fact, a lot of them are not tested by both, but there are some that were and that did quite well. So, for example, this Ecos dish soap in the almond scent. It has the Safer Choice seal on it. It is certified and it has a high rating when it comes to the EWG score. So that's pretty good. Now, I have found some, let's see if I can go down here, that actually have a seal of approval. So this Blue Land, I had never heard of this product at all. But what I found in my research is that this actually has extremely high scores across the board. And what it does, which was, I'll show you the website in a minute, is that they provide the bottles, and they're not plastic bottles. They provide the concentrated form. So a lot of them are like a tablet that dissolves into the hot water that you put in the bottle, and then you just buy the refill tabs to continue to make the product. So it is saving on the environment because we're not using plastic bottles. We're not, throwing away one bottle and go buying another one. We're continually using biodegradable packaging and things like that to make it very good for the planet. And I think that's a gold star. I want to be good for the planet, but more importantly for me, this may sound selfish, but more important for me, I want to be sure that it's safe for my family. When the babies are right there in my lap and they want to help me clean, because I'm trying to teach them to clean. So when we're washing the windows or the doors or whatever, I might give them a little cloth and let them wipe. Now, I try not to let them have the cleaning products around them, but there's a chance that they're going to breathe something in. This is definitely a safer option. And so this actually has a seal. It wasn't just graded. This one got the stamp of approval from EWG and from the Safer Choice. So that is really good. And I've got, like I said, let me just show y'all. I broke it down. Dish cleaners, Granite, laundry has a ton because there's just so many. And I tried to stick with options that are available on Amazon. I tried to stick with things that you could maybe see in your actual stores. There are other ones that are only available through a private website. Grove Collaborative and Thrive Market have a ton of these in their stores online. If you do that kind of thing, you can definitely find a lot of these there. But even like Costco, Sam's Choice, great value. I included it if it's listed as approved, and I tried to be like non-biased. Is that unbiased? Whatever. So this I can make this available if you guys want the actual, file. I'm happy to share that. It's a lot of information, but I just feel like I can answer a lot of your questions towards the end if you're wanting to know specifically which products. So let me just switch away from this really quickly. All right. So the EPA also claims they regularly audit the brands that get that label. And so not only do they get it when they first start it, but occasionally they'll pop around and like make sure they're continuing to live up to that same standard, which I think is exactly what we needed. I just think this needs to be across the board. You can't have a product on the market if you don't have some of these safer choice certifications. But what I found was so incredibly crazy is that, the products, they are required to meet those list of ingredients, but it's not required by law nationwide. So they don't have to say the bad ingredients on the label. They can just hide that from you. So when you read the label, you think you're getting one thing and you can have like a whole list of other things that they didn't add to the label. So buyer beware. You cannot trust these labels. And I know that you guys know what I'm talking about. So, one of the top rated products, according to NBC, was this Blue Land company. And I did try to hop over and let me bring it up. I've got it up on my screen here. So, I just have to share my screen so that you guys can kind of see what it looks like. So the Blue Land, as I was doing my research, it actually popped up a ton of times. There it is. All right, now you can see it. So this is their website, and they have a whole collection that specifically, is for outside, National Park Series, things like that. So that is really cool so that you can take things with you when you go camping. You see the smaller packaging. It's more of these dissolvable little tablets that you dissolve into things so you don't have to have a huge amount of products when you go with you, which is perfect when you're talking about dish soap and going camping. You can see it's plastic free, it's powerful and effective, clean ingredients, and it saves you money because you don't have to pay for all the extra stuff, the packaging and the water, in fact. So they have a ton of products. I love the way the laundry, look how cute that is. You can get with the starter packs, you get this little container and then these little packs, and you just add the peel pack refills as you need them, which is amazing. These are just some of the companies that have really like promoting this and supporting it. So this is not the only one, but according to NBC, this was one of the very top rated brands. And to be honest, the pricing, it's not bad. Like this Clean Essentials, you're getting 3 cleaners and a foaming soap and the bottles all for $39 right now. That's not a bad deal. I would love to become like a brand ambassador if this product lives up to its expectation. So I'm going to order this. I'm going to test it out. If I do like it, I will come and let you guys know in that way. If you wanted to make a switch and try and get something that's a little bit safer, definitely been well reviewed. So it's not like new and kind of obscure. It's very, very good. You can see here, you're going to buy it once and then just refill it forever. So you're just definitely going to save. And then there's also these benefits of a subscription if you wanted to. So this is so cool. All right. Then let's see. So this is the article that I was talking about. And I really, really found that perfect. So that was just one of the products. Another one that they recommended was the Jaws, and you can get this from Amazon. You can get the Blue Land from Amazon too. And I've put a link to all of these that I might mention so that if you want to try something out, or even just click the link and compare prices, because you guys know I'm all about saving us some money. You can do that. So the Jaws, it's the same concept. It is a plastic bottle, though, guys. It's not a glass bottle, but you're going to buy these refills that you're going to put in and then just continue to refill it as needed. It's going to save you money. It's going to reduce the amount of waste that you have, things like that. The number one thing that they say is just use less cleaners. So we tend to, I don't know about you, when you're washing a load of laundry, you fill the cap all the way up. You don't have to. When you have a small load of laundry, you don't need to fill the cap full of liquid. You don't need a full pod every time. And that's the danger with the pods. Although they're nice, they're handy, and they're convenient. And I'll be honest, I use the detergent pods as well. I currently use the Kirkland Signature. And when I went to see how that one stacks up to the rest, it has the seal of approval from Safer Choice. However, it does not. It fails miserably when you look at the EWG seal. So I thought I was doing pretty good. I was excited that my Kirkland that I've been using for my dishwasher and for my laundry, it was good. But if I want to be better, I could probably switch out. And so that's something I'm going to transition to. But you guys know I'm not about to waste products I've already spent my money on. I'm going to use what I have, because I absolutely think that wasting products is not any better. If we just throw away brand new stuff, it's not good. So I'm going to use it in a ventilated area away from the family until I can replace it. And I'm still going to follow those rules, but I'm trying to do better. I'm trying 1% better. That's what we talk about here, right? So just use less. Use concentrated formulas that you can just refill your same bottle so you're not wasting. Those are the things that can help the environment. And then buying those Safer Choice products is the way to save your family. All right. So I was thinking, okay, so what are some things that DIY products that we would make and use? Well, baking soda, it does help with decreasing and deodorizing, the viruses and things like that. So baking soda is amazing. But if you mix it with certain things, you definitely get a chemical reaction. And it's that chemical reaction that becomes dangerous to you, in the long run. So you have to be very careful about that. Castile soap is actually quite good. When I looked at that study last week, it had absolutely zero chemical reactions that were dangerous. So it's a great thing. White vinegar, always good, but it is strong and it has a chemical, that scent and smell that can possibly, be harmful if you're smelling it. So you got to be careful. Citric acid. So that's if you buy it in bulk and add it and make your own cleaning products, it's perfect for taking off hard water and tea and things like that. Or you can just use a lemon. Like I said, that's the same thing. It's citric acid. And then the surprising thing for me was essential oils. According to, the research that I did, I thought that like thieves, I've heard that for years, how amazing it is. And there is some cleaning to that, but the actual essential oil is not necessarily a great cleaner. It's the things that you add to it that make it a great cleaner. But it definitely is a mood booster. It definitely helps with fighting off, immune issues and things like that. So I think that it does add a little something, but when you're talking about killing the germs on things, it's not necessarily the end all be all. So remember, you're going to add it as an additive. You're not going to use that 100% for cleaning for sure. And you want to make sure that you're buying pure essential oils. There's a lot of brands out there that add a lot of carrier oils to that. So you have to be very careful. And I don't support MLMs, and the two big essential oil companies are MLMs. In fact, one of them, it's all up in the news right now. There's a lot of bad things coming on with one of them. So just be cautious if that's the route you're taking. Not that I don't own some and I will continue to use what I have, but I'm not going to support that anymore. I'm going to find alternatives. And as I do, I'm happy to share what I find. All right, so let's talk about that Castile soap. Again, 100% all natural, perfectly safe around kids and pets. You can use it on your body for shampoo, body wash, things like that, but also for cleaning. But remember that you never want to mix it with vinegar. So the reason why you don't want to mix it with vinegar is because they cancel each other out. Vinegar is an all natural product, and the Castile soap is based off of the same kind of ingredients. And so the two of them, they don't get stronger when you add it, they actually cancel each other out. So you're better off using each one independently than to use the two mixed together. So, what to do? Well, if you're surface cleaning and you want to use Castile soap, spray bottle with some hot water, just dilute some soap in there, and then a couple of drops of essential oil to make it smell nice. And that will do a good job. Remember, this does not kill every germ, but what happens is if you have regular cleaning, then you're continuing to maintain a clean house. This is perfectly acceptable because you're continuing to get the new fresh germs off and it's going to do a good job. 1 second, I got to sneeze. Okay, sorry about that. I just didn't want to blow you out. Then you can also make a scrub. So, baking soda added to Castile soap to get a little bit more of a paste is perfect for scrubbing tile, shower, grout, baking. What am I trying to say? Not baking. Soap scum. That's what I'm trying to say. So the paste is going to be really good for that. And you can also mop just using 3 gallons of hot water to about a half a cup of Castile soap. And evidently that is good. There is one caution to that. It's perfect for most surfaces, even hardwood floors. But if you have waxed hardwood floors, you don't want to use that because it can actually remove the wax. So you want to be careful. You always want to know what kind of floors and what kind of counters you have because some countertops you cannot add vinegar to it. It damages the surface. So you want to make sure before you go all natural making things at home that you know what products you're using them on so that you can be kind of doing the right thing there. So that is kind of in a nutshell. Remember, I've got tons of videos on Today with Terry K on YouTube about loading your cleaning caddy, what kind of things you need, best prices around town. I just did that video. All of those past videos, I didn't know what I didn't know. So take that with a grain of salt. But I'm always trying to do my best to share as much information as possible. So remember, the best thing that you can do if you want to support me, I would love for all of you to join my Patreon where we can be more one-on-one. We can really clean and go together. But just subscribing lets you see the videos as soon as they come out. Always the best way to help me is to just like and comment to a video and then let it play to the end. That is the keys that YouTube really sees that things are good. And then share it with a friend, especially this video. This is not sexy. I know cleaning is one thing, but cleaning products and being natural and being healthy, definitely not as sexy. But you want to tell your mama, your sister, your sister-in-law, your neighbor, your friend, you want to make sure that they, especially if they have little kids or they're pregnant or they're older and they are fighting, these health things, you want to make sure that they know what to look for so that they can at least be wiser when they're shopping. So any questions, make sure you're dropping those or in the comments below because I would love to kind of go through and answer your questions. If you want to know about specific products, I'll be glad to find my spreadsheet again. There it is. And I'll share that with you. All right, let me get my spreadsheet back up. I have to share my screen again. Okay, here's that spreadsheet. So if you're wanting to know about different things, I was going through. So on the multi-purpose cleaner, I can tell you right now, looking through that the Echo's Orange Plus All-Purpose Cleaner, it got an A+ score from EWG, and it is certified Safer Choice. So that is a really good one. You can find that on Amazon. I've got it linked in the comments below or linked on the description. One thing to take note, let's see, Simple Green got an F from the EWG. So Simple Green, I know, like I've seen that before, and it definitely got an F. Lori is asking about Dawn dish soap. Dawn dish soap is not labeled as EWG, but it is on the, list of good cleaning products that are environmentally friendly. So I think with Dawn dish soap, I definitely plan to continue using it. I just, you want to make sure that you're not, using it direct contact. So wear gloves, because it can definitely irritate. If you are spraying it around, it could cause some things. I'll be honest, I looked for it. It was not listed on there. And you have to kind of realize that not every single product is reviewed by these companies. Only the products that want the seal gets reviewed by Safer Choice. So the company has to contact them to get this label, and then they're on the list of approved things. EWG scores, they go through randomly and pick products and then review it. I'm going to do one more quick check to make sure I'm not missing that one, because I would love to know if it's on there, but the last time I checked, it was not. So right now I'm going to check it really quickly. Dawn. So on EWG website, you can type in any name of, product name, and it'll bring you up. So the antibacterial dishwashing soap gets an A for the orange scent. So it is definitely, that's the only one I'm looking down through. The, let's see, Power Wash that I love in the pear scent got a C. The apple scent Power Wash gets a C. The citrus, like all of the power washes seem to be a C. So they are not considered one of the safest when it comes to like chemical reactions that can be dangerous or harmful to you and your family. So it is on there. Only the traditional, squirt bottle, Dawn Ultra antibacterial dishwashing liquid in the orange scent got the A. All of the other ones with Dawn looks like got the C. So good question. Let's see. Other ones that I really enjoy, I tried to find like Mrs. Myers and Method. I love using those two products. The problem is they are not on here at all. Like I search for them and they don't even pop up at all. So I'm really disappointed by that. When I went to the websites, they advertise that they're friendly, earth friendly, that they are environmentally aware, that, and they do some great things. Mrs. Myers really has like where they plant gardens in underdeveloped communities and empty spaces and things like that. So definitely they have a really great program, but they're not on here. Now, keep in mind their ingredient list, it is not mandatory to include all the ingredients on there, but I did find one article. Let's see if I can find, I don't know that I can find the article. I did find one website, which was really cool. It was like, I read labels so you don't have to, or something like that, which is a great little website, right? But I want to bring that one up because she goes through and she looks at every ingredient that they have listed either on the product or on their website and kind of, talks about it. Where is that? You may have to go and take a look at that one yourself, because I'm looking at my history and I've done so much research. It's, here we go. Yeah, that's the one. All right, let me share this screen with you. So basically, she goes through and she does a lot of cleaning things. So if you ever want to see, how things stack up, this is a great one. So this is the website. I read labels for you, helping you live a healthy life. That's the website. And she says, here's the article, is this a safe cleaning thing? So she goes through the ingredient list, and the ones that she has bold here are considered concerning. These are things, now they can change their formulations at any time. And also, there's no guarantee that every single thing is listed there because there's no law making them list every product. So remember, they may not list any of the things that they add for scent. And if they have to have a carrier and a compound and this and that, then it gets more complicated. But definitely you can see this is the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Lemon Verbena. I mean, how many of us, hands up, if you've got that in your cabinet right now? I know I certainly do. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients that she's flagged as kind of concerning. And a lot of these are the same 5, even when they're different, like dish soaps and things like that. They do the fragrance. So you can see on the lemon verbena hand soap, fragrance is, not the best because it's not an essential oil. It's actually a fragrance that they added to that one. Overall, she's saying that it's a great product. They are Leaping Bunny certified, which means that they are cruelty free to animals. They also have a lot of really great community type things. So definitely Mrs. Myers is health conscious. And about 5% of the ingredients, she thought was concerning. So it's not a bad thing at all, but they're not, Safer Choice approved. And that is disappointed because I would love to see Mrs. Meyer get Safer Choice approved because that means that they have gone through every ingredient. They've looked deep dived and they made sure that it would be absolutely good for us. So that was hers. She's got other ones. Let's see if I can find Method. I'll be glad to look up any others if you want. All right. So yeah, here's the Method one that I found. So again, is it safe? She looked through what do green and naturally derived mean. So actually, it means it's safe for health. Well, whose health? My health or the people who are like producing it? That kind of gets a little bit confusing. They do use coconut oil in most cases instead of like petroleum. So that's definitely a better ingredient that we want to see in products. And in most things, you can see that, they're pretty good, not bad at all. But they went and they deep dived and they went through every ingredient on there. And these have no preservatives. That's a good thing. So Method is measuring up a little bit better than the Mrs. Myers when it comes to that. Fragrance. Method discloses all of their fragrant ingredients. They're not hiding that. So again, that's a really, really good thing. They do add some colors that I don't think are necessary. I don't care if it's blue or purple or green or whatever, but I know for branding and shopping, it does make it good, but definitely, there are a few things that they were concerned by, especially these 3 ingredients. They were the ones that, could cause the most harm. So they're not completely friendly, but definitely you should visit this site. Again, it was ireadlabelsforyou.com, and she does a good job of going through. Here's her summary on things, and it definitely, let's get to the bottom there. She went through all of them, like so many of them. So yeah, questions about safety. She is not recommending Method. Bottom line, she's not recommending it. I still love what I've got. I'm going to use it. It's going to be hard for me to find another furniture polish that I like the scent as much, but clearly it's not healthy for me. So I'm going to have to, make some changes. Leon is saying Dr. Bronner's, absolutely. It got 0 VOCs during that study that I just reported about. And I put in an earlier slide. Let's see if I can find that slide for you. Here you go. So I'll take myself down. If you're just joining, let me take your comment down so we can see it. So here's the different mixtures that they recommend. If you're using Dr. Bronner's or any other Castile soap, you can definitely mix it up and use. The number one thing is it does not mix with vinegar because it cancels it. I'm not able to speak right now. It cancels the effectiveness. So if you're mixing it, just stay away from vinegar and Castile soap. But one word of caution from everything that I read, although it's really good at cleaning, it's consistent cleaning. Leon's saying you can mix it with vinegar. I read 4 different articles that said that it cancels out the effectiveness. So you're only getting half effectiveness from each product instead of full effectiveness. But again, if it's working, use it. just keep in mind for deeper cleaning, it is not recommended. This is for daily cleaning. That is what the websites all recommended when it comes to Castile soap. But it is 100% natural, safe for around kids and pets. And so I don't think it's a bad cleaner at all. I think that it's going to be part of my routine. You do not want to use it on waxed floors. It will take the wax down. So that is the thing. And Leon, I'm glad he's got so many good points here. He's saying it does break down the soap, but yeah. So he's definitely done his research, and that's the bottom line. We all need to just not count on the government or labels to tell us everything that we need to know. Sadly, we are being deceived. Labeling is it's just for profit. When it says all natural, safe, green, all those things, unless it has the let's see, unless it has one of these logos on it, there is no actual confirmation that it is healthy. I didn't talk about Ecologo too much. They don't have a database that you can search for products. So I searched through the EWG verified. They have a database where you can type in the company name and you can see all the products that they've reviewed. And either they have a grade A through F or they have the seal of approval. The seal of approval is that the company has connected with them and asked to be reviewed, and they received the seal. So they passed the test. Safer Choice is the same way. They have gone through, if the company asked to be a safer choice, they have submitted a full and comprehensive list of ingredients that have been found safe for your family, and they get the Safer Choice. And every year they will update it. So I noticed on one of my cleaning products down towards the bottom, it said 2023 on it. So I know that that formulation has been approved within this year. So it is really good. The Echo logo, it just says that it's safe for the environment. It does not necessarily mean it's safe for our use. And there is no searchable database there. So if it's on there, that's just a bonus, I think. But I think these first two are the ones that we really need to be searching for. And you might want to save those databases because as new products come on the market, you can always go back and double check it. One thing that I found that was sad is that a lot of my favorite products are not on there. So I'm going to try some of the ones that they highly recommended and see if they work as well. I'm going to slowly transition my home into something that's healthier and more clean and natural, and number one, safer for the little ones that come to my house, safer for the older ones that are here, and safer for me and my husband. We're not spring chickens anymore. We want to be active. We want to live and not have COPD that stops us from able to go and do. And I love this topic so much. And we're just so thankful that you guys are joining me again. If you have any questions, be sure to put a couple of question marks because I would love to, I've got everything up right now. I'll jump over and see if your favorite product is there and I can tell you what it is. Plus, I've got that full database. So let me grab that database again. I'm more than happy to share the research that I got. So, if you're wanting to have this database, I will be happy to share it for you, so that you can look through it yourself. I basically went through every single product that was listed on the Safer Choice here. I went through every one of those products and I listed out from alphabetically what they had, what specific scents they had, and if they got the seal or not. And then I did the same thing with the EWG score, and I added those in so that you would have a full look. And there's some surprising things that, although they're safer for use with our family, they may not be quite as safe when it comes to the environment and things like that. So you have to kind of take everything with a grain of salt for sure. But yeah, so let's just jump in real quick. So let's see, Lynette was on here earlier. I hope she's still here. Lynette just was saying hi, and yes, she could hear me. And she said she didn't know about eco-friendly products till 5 years ago, because that's when it really started to be an awareness across the country about being safer and saving our resources when we're talking about our planet. That was a big push, and it's become much more aware. I think we have to remember though that just because it's eco-friendly does not mean it's safe for us. We have to look at both. I don't want to harm my planet for sure, but I also don't want to harm my family. That is something that it's such a struggle. So we have to keep both of those things in mind. Let's see. Let's see. One on Shoulders of Giants, she's just on here saying thank you. Lori was saying how sneaky these labels and the marketing on these companies is, and that's 100% true. If you did not watch last week's video, I need you to go watch it right now because the study was released September 13th of 2023. And I was in the stores this week. There are products on the shelf right now. I was in an Ace Hardware yesterday, and the Glade linen scent was still on the shelf. And that was considered to be one of the most dangerous products that's currently on the market when it comes to the VOC compounds that gets released into the air that we breathe in. They can cause cancer. It can cause, COPD and lung issues, asthma for sure. It can cause premature births, all kinds of birth defects. It can cause, trouble with reproduction issues, like so dangerous. And it's still on the shelves, guys. It's not been pulled. They may have stopped making that formula, but the stores do not know. The stores don't know that what they have on the shelf may be harmful. So you as the consumer, you have to be on the lookout for it, right? We can't trust that the government has protected us. And I'm really sad about that. Like, I thought that there was better guidance, better regulations to protect us, but it just doesn't seem to be the case. Leon had said that this is near and dear to his heart. I love that he's making all of his own soaps. It's probably the best way to be in control of what you have. Just make sure you're doing your research, make sure that what you're doing not only is considered to be safer, but remember, sometimes even the natural things can be harmful if inhaled. So you have to still be cautious and you have to do your research. But I definitely think Dr. Bronner's is an amazing cleaner, and it was found to be 100% free of the VOC compounds that was in that study that was so dangerous. It was the only product. Remember, I've got links in the description for the top products in each category, and I tried to break it down by category. I'm going to personally be purchasing some of these and giving them a test run if I actually find that I like the products. I definitely would love to try out the this Blue Land. A lot of their products were on like the 5 best ones, and you can see right here. Well, let me get my face out of the way and you can see it. Where am I? There we are. There you go. And I'll take Leon down. There we are. So the dishwasher, Blue Land dishwasher tablets, they are a safer choice, and they have the seal, and they're on the cradle to cradle. I didn't really mention that one because it didn't have a lot of information there, and there's only a handful of companies that they had listed there. But this one across the board got really high marks on almost everything. So I definitely want to try that out. And their packaging, everything is very sustainable so that you're not throwing away a lot of plastic and things like that. There were some surprises. I mean, the Wyman hardwood floor cleaner, it's a safer choice, but the packaging and stuff are not great for the environment. So, although it's great on one hand, it's not on the other. There were several that were like that. Sadly, none of the Jaws products were on the EWG website. So while they are considered a safer choice, and I would say they're probably, trying their best, because they definitely do the whole concentrated refill type of thing. It's not listed. I don't know. So we have to just kind of be careful and cautious, Oh, Bonnie, she's saying good morning. She is first time catching a live. Yay! Happy to see you, Bonnie. So much information is out there. If you guys have heard or seen anything else like this, be sure to comment here in the live stream, but also on the video, because I think this is the conversation. I'm just getting started. This is just the beginning of the conversation. We need to try these products. We need to review them. Do they actually clean? It doesn't matter how safe they are and how eco-friendly they are. If my floor doesn't get clean, I'm not going to stick with it. So there's going to have to be a lot of trial and error, and there's going to have to be a lot of conversation so that we know that this is something that we need. Again, I'm going to be fully transparent. I'm going to test out some of these products. And if I find something that I truly believe is the right answer for my family, I'm going to see if I can be an ambassador, because I think that this is such an important topic that is not being talked about here on YouTube, especially not in the cleaning community. We've got tons of people sending you to Amazon to buy, expensive cleaning products, but no one's talking about being safe. And I want us to be safe. That is my number one. So whether you use my links or not, I do not care. It helps. Yes, I love it. But the bottom line is check for me, check the product yourself. Does it meet your standards? Is it recommended to be safe? Is it eco-friendly? And does it actually do the job? Those are my criteria. Beyond that, I also want to double check and see what's the cost on that. I mean, I can't be spending $1 million, on some things, but I can tell you Castile soap, super inexpensive, and it's definitely safe. So it's definitely something. Let's see. Lori says, what about Barkeeper's Friend? So Lori, let me hop over and I will take a look at it, because it was not listed on the Safer Choice website. So let me go to EWG and just see what it says for us. I love it too. So it's coming up. Thank you guys for sticking around. I know my internet is not the best, so you're probably not getting a perfectly clear shot, but they laid fiber, and I'm so excited that soon this is going to come, but definitely, definitely. So there's absolutely nothing on either website about Barkeeper's Friend. Now, I'm assuming it's probably pretty safe, because I know the main ingredient is baking soda. So I would take a look at the website that they have, and also look at the ingredients. Again, they are not by law required to list everything, but definitely you can look and see. When I've used it, it's very similar. I switch it out for baking soda. I think baking soda across the board is just a really great product to use. It makes great paste. It definitely scrubs, my sink. It disinfects. I think that that's a great substitute. But there was not anything about it, particularly on either website. And sadly, it is not required. I think that it should be, but it is not required. Oh, yeah, baking soda was saying the same thing. Makes a great scrubber, a couple of drops of an essential oil to really make it smell good and fresh. I 100% agree. Let me know in the comments, what essential oils are you using? I am on the search for a new company, because the two big ones that I have used are considered MLMs. And I know for a fact that one of them, there's a lot of discussion that they may be kind of going down and out, if you know what I mean, in the near future, because they're firing people left and right. And it's not looking so promising over there, even though I absolutely love thieves. We may have to find alternatives. I have tried a company called Eden's Garden from Amazon. And from what I can tell, and I am strictly just a homemaking mama, I have no background in chemistry at all. But from what I can tell, it seems to be a pure oil, which is what you want to make sure you're looking at. And the quality seems to be good. It's still in the opaque containers. I like what I've seen so far, but I'm not an expert. I am looking into Judy Bloom, I think was the name of it, to see how I like theirs as an alternative. If you know of any good ones, Essential Depot, Leon says. So yeah, we've got some homework to do. I'm going to check it out. I've never even seen this one, Leon, so I'm definitely going to check it out. Anyways, I think we probably need to wrap it up. We've been chatting for going on an hour all about this, and I don't even think I've stopped to take a drink. The conversation does not stop. When I end this chat, go in the video. It will post in just a few minutes. Like it. Don't forget to like it, and make sure that you tell people to come back and check this out, because No one's talking about this. We need to talk about it. Open up the conversation and make sure that your loved ones are being safe and that, we can continue trial and error. It's a community. I'm going to pop up my Facebook group really quickly. If you want to join us over there, we're always talking about successes, trials, anything that has to do with cleaning and keeping your house straight and all that kind of stuff. I don't care if you're male, female. I don't care what colors you fly on your flag. Like, I think that we need to quit being so worried about diversity and start talking about unity. And so over on my group, we have people from all around the world, and everybody has the same problems, and we're all just trying to do our best. And so I definitely think that if you can, just focus on the problem at hand, which is taking care of your family, your homes, and doing the best for them, then I would love to see you over there, and make sure you say hi that you came from the video. Until next time, guys, let me close us in prayer. Father God, thank you so much for the amazing community that you are growing, and that we can have an open conversation without having any strife, without having any, disagreement. We can all come with an open mind. We can do the research. We can make choices for ourselves without it being a big deal. But Father God, the most important thing is that we are wise and we seek the truth, and that we do all that we can to level up and be 1% better for our homes, for our families, but also for ourselves. Father God, we need to take care of us, and we need to do that so that we can continue to make a positive impact in this world. So I pray that this is the beginning of the conversation, and I give it all up to your glory and honor. Thank you so much, Father God. Amen. All right, guys, have a blessed day, and I will see you. I've got a video dropping on Thursday because I wanted to come with you live today to talk about this. And the next video, it's a little bit different, but it's all about, kind of casting out negativity in your home. So I hope you'll stop by and join me again soon. And until next Tuesday, y'all take care. Bye.